Farmer. Salah. Oh, wow. Huge shot. It's given straight away. Yet again fails.
Hello and welcome to the Dugout Podcast. I am your co-host Andrew. I'm joined by my fellow co-host Marissa. And at the start of the show, I'd like to provide a little disclaimer. On our last episode, don't look so confused. On our last episode, we had a lot of banter, a lot of fun. I wish I could say that this episode will follow suit, but a certain member of the panel, team suffered defeat today, February the 3rd, and we've been here in the studio for a couple minutes now, and it's been very cool, and it's not the AC. You know what I'm saying? They're a little snappy tonight, so
Wow.
I don't know if I have the autonomy to speak freely. I met my usual banter jokes, that I normally
I don't know what he's talking
So
about.
if I'm not myself today, ladies and gents, I apologize. Marissa, how are you?
I am fine.
Okay. This is called Wearing Many Faces. Reminds me of a poem that we do at CSAT called Once Upon a Time. Anyway, go ahead, Marissa. You can introduce the agenda.
I'm drinking water.
Okay. So the agenda for tonight is that we're going to have for the first time in a long time, some Champions League discussion, particularly the playoff fixtures. I guess we'll pick our favorites in terms of who to progress in the various ties. Then Anthony Gardner made some comments about the Premier League versus the Champions League, I guess in terms of style of play. We're going to assess whether or not he has a good point. Leaderboard Predictions update, and we're going to finish up the show with a preview of the T20 World Cup, which starts February 7th, I believe.
Oh, which is Saturday, yeah, Saturday.
So,
Fun.
take it away, Marissa.
Fun
Champions League
times.
playoffs.
Yeah, so we know our top 8. I thought the last match day was kind of exciting, at least for me. Because obviously it was one of the teams that probably needed a positive result to go through the top 8. So then as each goal went in, seeing the different positions that different teams were taking, 1 minute we were in, 1 minute we were out. See Sporting ease up there, Madrid out to the top 8, Man City ease in. So it's kind of a cool, I don't hate the new format, to be honest. I know it's more games because I think the previous year it was just like 6 league games, right?
6 group stage games,
Right.
yeah. So it's not 8.
Yeah. So, but I kind of like the jeopardy of the final round, to be honest. I think it's okay. I'm not gonna hate on it. So I thought the final round was a bit exciting. So our top 8 are Arsenal, Bayern, Liverpool, Spurs, Barcelona, Chelsea, Sporting, and Man City. So the playoff rounds, I thought some very interesting fixtures, to be honest. We have, you want me to call it all, or you want to talk about them, touch on each one by one?
I think we should touch on each one by
Okay.
one, at least the ones that, I shouldn't say that don't matter, because I feel as though all of them are important. I
Okay,
suppose.
so you could stop me when you see one that matters. Galatasaray versus Juventus. Galatasaray home for the first leg, away for the second leg.
We can talk about that one. Let's do it one by one. Makes
Okay.
sense. Sure.
Okay. Who Galatasaray played in the last round?
As in the last match this year, Man City, they lost.
Really?
I believe it was Man City.
Okay. So, yeah, this is actually going to be the first fixture because this is the early kickoff for Champions League. I think, to be honest, I mean, Juventus is not the Juventus that we have known, but I still fancy Juventus to go through.
You want to add something else?
No, I was just mimicking your.
I feel as though this game is a tight one to call because one, I haven't really seen Juventus. I know Galatasaray is a tricky opponent on the best of this, especially. So I think
True.
a lot would depend on, and you said the first gig is in Turkey,
Yeah.
Turkey. So I think that a lot will depend on what the result is over there.
Yeah, I agree.
I think if Galatasaray gets a win with some distance, like a goal or two, no, not a goal, probably a 2-goal leader or something, like 3-1 or something, I think I will fancy Galatasaray. And I think Galatasaray have the added weapon of having a very lethal striker up front in Osimhen. So I give them a chance. Juventus, like I said, Juventus have been going through their issues financially, and it's been reflected in terms of the team and what their expectation is currently in this current environment. If you had to nudge me to fancy a team, for some reason I just fancy Galatasaray.
I mean, me naturally, I think it will come out in my predictions. I fancy the teams that play at home in the second leg.
Okay.
I think that's going to give an added boost. Once you can limit the damage in that first leg, I think I fancy all the teams that play away. But I can understand your Galatasaray point because they're a decent side, you know. They're not a bad side at all.
Yeah.
Where did they finish though? Oh, 20th. Where did Juve finish? 13th.
13? Interesting.
Juve got 13 points. They got 10. Nothing much, like you said, between them. So, I guess we'll see. We'll see. Dortmund, Atalanta. That one is a bit tasty for me because, as I've experienced this season, Atalanta is not the worst side, especially at home. They definitely give teams a little push. Dortmund, to me, ain't playing like how I expect Dortmund to play. As in, they're not... I mean, I know why basing this off, which isn't fair, but you can't really lose against Spurs.
They had a man down, right?
Yeah.
I didn't watch that game. So,
to be fair, yes.
But I think they lost a man
down pretty early, yeah. But I've seen more of Atalanta than Dortmund this season, to be honest. And to me, they look like a strong proposition, especially at home. Got some decent players, and I think that home crowd will be behind them. But this also, for me, is tight to call. Because Dortmund is Dortmund. That yellow wall is very serious. Even though the first leg will be at home for them. But, yeah.
No, I feel like some of these clubs, right? There's a danger of picking them based on reputation.
Yeah.
The club and not your team.
Yeah, it's true.
Because whenever I fancy Dortmund internally, this come and disappoint me with a bad result. And it's, so I don't know. I don't know what to expect
so
from this either. But I agree with you. I think I would more fancy Atalanta in this type.
Yeah. Monaco, PSG, or French tie. And this isn't only because, like I said, I fancy all of the teams that are going to play their second leg at home. But, I mean, it's PSG. I know PSG, to me, don't look the same as they did last season for sure. I think they will be... I mean, last year they did go through the playoff round, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so I was going to say maybe they'll be a bit disappointed to have finished outside the playoff round, sorry. But I think given what they were able to achieve last year, albeit with a good January transfer window last year, I don't think they'll be too fussed. But I fancy them. I mean, to me, they're a better team than Monaco on paper and otherwise. So, yeah, that's the easiest fixture for me to call out of the three so far.
I would say, like, in terms of squad depth, you would expect PSG is going to be stronger, more expensively assembled. Again, PSG, their opponent, I think you mentioned that they are obviously in the playoff run and they went through the same passage last season. But you must remember that they started the Champions League league phase very poorly last season, and then after January window, for example, they started to find some momentum and some form, and they were unstoppable basically for the remainder of the season. Yeah, I fancy them to go through over 2 games. It'd be a big surprise if they don't.
For sure.
Monaco has some nice players, but I don't think Monaco have developed enough as a side yet to really defeat them over 2 games.
You remember when Mbappe was at Monaco? Yeah.
Yeah, and the same man that we talked about last time.
Who's that?
Timmy Bakayoko.
Moving on.
That you refuse to acknowledge.
Oh my gosh, moving on. But yeah, I had that flashback because to me, that was the last time I remember Monaco being like...
relevant?
No, I was going to say super competitive, Andrew. Not relevant. Of course they're relevant. But
But I
You
mean,
know?
that was the last time that they won the French league.
Yeah,
right?
pretty much.
I think it was not only Mbappe, Bakayoko, Fabinho, like that came Liverpool, Bernardo Silva was in our team as well. So I had a lot of good
Yeah,
players.
very good players,
But I find
yeah.
that with Dortmund and Monaco, there's always be like a teams like that. There's always be like a little 2-3 year cycle where
Yeah.
they have some emerging
and
players
down,
and
up
then
and down, yeah.
people come with some cash in. Strip
Yeah,
them.
it's true. That's a good point. Yeah. Definitely my favorite tie. I think this would probably be the tie of the playoff leg. Benfica, Real Madrid. So many stories, so many talking points.
Right.
Jose.
Right.
Benfica seems to be a very plucky side.
Right.
Who were they playing? The last round?
Real Madrid.
Wait, seriously? Are they?
They defeated Real Madrid to get to condemn Real Madrid
How
to the
is
playoff
that
and to get
even
him.
possible?
And then they drew each other.
How? Nah, the narrative is crazy with that.
The narrative is crazy.
Yeah, boy. Because for some reason, I was like, who did that keeper score that last minute goal against? And, anyways, but, I mean, I would like to say, I know what I said, I would like to say, on paper, Madrid. But we know it hasn't been the best of seasons for Madrid. And Jose, when he comes out against farmer size, you know he's been motivated, to say the least. I actually think this is tighter to call than it looks on paper. But I would give, I know I fall into the same trap you said earlier, but based on reputation, based on European pedigree, I would give Madrid an edge. They do rise when it comes to Champions League. It is their trophy, so.
You see, obviously, like you said, it's the most attractive fixture. I think a lot of that is based on what happened in the last league phase game with the last minute heroic from the keeper and Jose, as you said. I mean,
love a
over
good
2
keeper
games,
goal, though. You don't like a good keeper goal?
I do.
You
When it
would.
don't go against me.
You would. I remember when Allison scored that year, right?
I never forget.
Oh my gosh, I was fuming. I was so upset.
One funny story over that game. Like I remember it was a Sunday. I think it was a Sunday game.
I think
and
so.
We were during pandemic for sure, and my wife, girlfriend at the time, had to take her car to the mechanic. And I was looking at the picture. Boy, shall I wait? Shall I wait? That goal score. Oh, she never cost me.
I hope she ain't watching. Oh, she knew you told her that.
She knew the football was playing, so I thought she was coming.
Okay.
But they don't expect me to be there when you learn.
Wow.
Because Liverpool are playing.
But real talk though, I do love a good keeper goal. Honestly. Obviously I won't like it if it's against me, but it just adds so much drama. I love it though. I love it.
You know you love sports, right? It's like, anyway. The point is though, getting back to this game, keeper goals. I think because of the last minute heroics, that's what added a lot to the narrative and the anticipation of this fixture. I think you would expect Real Madrid to win over 2 legs because they're the better team on paper. But Real Madrid have been so shoddy this season.
Yeah, boy. You don't know where Real Madrid can turn up.
Yeah, exactly. But then again, like, I haven't seen much of Benfica either, so I'm not sure what their quality is, what they're capable of. But I would definitely watch. Like you said, it's a pick of the bunch. If you had to press me, I would say Real, because I believe that even if Real don't get the best of results in the first game, I think that they have enough quality that they will atone and correct the
Yeah, for sure. I think quality can show in the end. Yeah. Probably the easiest one to call, Newcastle Karabakh. I mean, Karabakh is quite plucky at home, as I also experienced this season.
Right.
But they're very poor away, especially against English sides. So I fancy Newcastle for this one.
I agree. Not much to add on that.
Yeah. These next 2 teams, though, I cannot tell you because I have not watched any of them. I don't know what is going on with either of them. So I would literally be picking based on name. So I'll let you take this one. Olympiacos, Leverkusen.
You picking on name, you think you'll get something different from me?
What to say?
Did I see Leverkusen? I did see Leverkusen. Did I? I think I may have watched one of Leverkusen's games early on in the league phase.
Before or after Ten Hag?
Had to be after Ten Hag. I don't think Ten Hag managed to give me Champions League.
Oh, yeah, he did get sacked pretty
two league games.
History did get sacked pretty early.
I would go with Leverkusen, former recent champions in the Bundesliga.
Yeah.
I would expect, even though a lot of the
Key
players in
players
that team would have moved on, they still think
moved on.
they retain.
Poached by Liverpool. Wanna love fleecing one club here. Do it to poor Southampton.
Jack them at Sunderland, handicap them at Arsenal.
Do it to poor Southampton. And no Leverkusen.
Anyhow, let me ask you. Well, anyway, you can't reel me up. So, I picked Leverkusen to go through there. Conquered by you.
That was what I was gonna go with anyway.
And then what's the other team that you said then we'll see? Bodo Glimt
Yeah.
and Inter?
No, I was gonna say no.
Oh,
that
just those
yeah.
pictures, okay.
Bodo Glimt Inter is interesting for me because honestly, Bodo Glimt I was not fancying at all because I think either we had them in the Europa League or something, but they've not been bad this season. 2-2 draw against Spurs at home, was 2-0 up in that game. Surprise win against City at home. Plucky little side. So I don't know. This I feel this might be tighter than expected, but I would still go with Inter because of overall quality, probably better depth as well. But I think it's going to be a very interesting tie.
They may beat Inter. I don't think they'll beat Inter over 2 games.
All right.
Wait, this is a 2-game thing or? It's
2 games.
Okay. Right, make sure.
Home and away.
Cause, not to be honest, right, I cannot remember if it was. Yeah, you're right.
Was it always like that though?
Right, quite more sure last season, but just a 1 game. I was trying to remember if last season was just a 1 game playoff, and I can't remember.
Yeah.
But we get the benefit, don't and believe or imagine that it was 2 games. But yeah, so I don't see Bodo Glimt getting past into over 2 games, especially with the attacking weapons that we need to have. I feel that Lautaro Martinez and Thuram, for example, will get their chances at comfort.
Fair. Atletico Madrid away to Club Brugge. Brugge has been plucking in Champions League too, eking out a bit of results. I think they were the team that played Barcelona in this last round, right? Did they? See if I could find it.
No, I think that was Copenhagen.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was. Yeah, so Athletic for me. I know they sold midfield maestro Conor Gallagher, but they'll be fine.
I agree.
That was a
I
joke,
think that they would get through.
Yeah, that was a joke, by the way. I don't think that. It's crazy.
But before you move off of the Champions League, holistically, just want to get your thoughts, pick your brain a bit, and then I'll give my thoughts on the same subject. You kind of gloss over it in terms of, because we have a year of it, this is in the 2nd year now. In terms of this new format, are you looking at more than the original format or the one that we grew up on? And why, if you were? Or if you weren't, why not?
Do I like it more? Like I started by saying at the beginning, I like the fact that the last games have an edge to it. I mean, okay, so I like tradition. I like the 4 teams in a group, home and away, whatever. But this is definitely different. I mean, you get to play more teams. You play 8 different teams. Right. 7 different teams, sorry. You get actually a lot of really good ties in the group stage too. I think it has made for a more competitive Champions League as well. I think, because remember before you finished 3rd, you dropped down in Europa. There's none of that anymore. People actually trying, like, for instance, that's what I kind of liked about the Napoli-Chelsea game. Napoli have been awful, but they knew that they just needed a good result to get in that playoff round. And even though they have been awful, they still had a chance of getting through. So I like the jeopardy attached to the games. I think is more competitive. So I would say, having said all that, I do kind of like it more. Definitely I was not sure about it. Because like I said, I really like the tradition of the 4 teams, home and away. I guess it was easy as well for teams to look at the fixtures. Okay, I could rest this player for this, for the away fixture I could. So I do like the fact that you play different teams, and I think it makes it more competitive.
I agree with you. I think it's been more competitive, and I like the fact that you get more balance journey to get into the next round in terms
Yeah.
of you play 2 from pot 1, 2 from pot 2. So you get a bit more even keel in terms of, and they're more like eye-catching fixtures even from match day 1. You may get a Bayern Barca, for example, or a Liverpool Real Madrid. And obviously before you had to wait for the knockout rounds to get those certain marquee fixtures.
Yes.
And I agree with you in terms of, they had 1 or 2 groups that will still have some jeopardy going into the last match day. But for the most part, once the group thing came out, I mean, they might have a surprise here and there, but for the most part, you kind of knew who was winning our group.
And you could pick out who gained through to the next round easily.
The one thing that I don't like about it, and before going to what I don't like about it, lastly, I like like you said, because it's a league table format, one bad result, one good result, could make a huge difference coming to the league standing. So it's almost like a life table all the time.
Yeah.
What I don't like about it though, and this is not really Champions League, this is more what I don't like about Europe now, is that the removal, you see when you say A, go say B. Because I feel like when it was group stage, I didn't like the fact that like if you come to you going UEFA Cup or Europa League, and technically teams that are dropping in were stronger than teams that are already in it. But the flip side is, if you someone like me and you who watch a lot of European football, we might peep at Europa League sometimes, for example. I know what you're gonna say. Because that third team ain't dropping in anymore.
Yeah.
Like last year's quality of Europa League and the Conference League was really, really poor. Because they had teams coming down. Right? So when you say A, go say B.
Yeah.
And I feel as though UEFA long-term ways might not have solved the problem, because I feel as though if at some point the fans or whoever, clubs would say, well, man, but the Europa League and stuff like that, the quality Champions is still good.
But
elite, but the other quality of the other teams is not.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point, because honestly, I used to watch, well, obviously, I only watched Conference League last season because Chelsea was in it.
Right.
But I used to watch Champions League and Europa League. I don't watch Europa League anymore until it reaches semi-finals.
I want to get maybe knockout phase and stuff like that. Because, like, for example, Tottenham won the Europa League last year. Now, we knew if the format was still the same as before.
None of them making it.
No, the Tottenham or Man United would have made the Europa League final based on their form last season and the quality that they had. So I know wait, they say A, go say B, because Tottenham end up in the final A of this Champions League. So, but it's still been inconsistent in league. But yeah.
But I agree with you 100%. I definitely agree with you. The quality of the competitions that are the level below the Champions League is so poor now. Like you said, knockout, semi-finals for me at best that I watch in Europa League. And I ain't touching Conference League because I ain't got no dog in fight, so...
And I honestly, I think the only reason that Europa League had interest as well last year was because Tottenham and Man United were still
you really wanted to see...
how they were going to salvage this season, but because the season became, can they win Europa League to gain Champions League?
Pretty much.
European football.
Pretty much. So it's true. That's a good point for sure. So it's about now for them, they found a way to make the Champions League group stage very much more exciting, in my opinion. I mean, you got fixtures like Chelsea, Barca, PSG, Newcastle was a good game, Arsenal, Bayern. Like these are some really, really great games. But they really got to address Europa League for sure.
I think what can be done, because I know the Champions League is now 36 teams. But does the Europa League and the Conference League have to be 36 too?
I don't think so.
That might be a solution.
Yeah.
But then how do you sell that, right?
True.
Because basically you telling men that you take their spots,
which
might not fly either. But that might be a suggestion that they could maybe consider.
Yeah, I agree. So yes, I love the fact that you brought up Spurs finishing 4th, because that's kind of the reason why I wanted to include this segment. So online, there's a bit of a discourse, because obviously when the table came out, let me pull out the table again. When the final table was thing, you look at this table and you cannot, for the life of anybody, say that Tottenham Hotspur, and I'm sorry, I ain't picking on Spurs, but this is why I brought up this segment.
Not picking on Spurs for the first time.
Spurs, you cannot say Spurs is a better team than Barcelona, City, Madrid, PSG. I don't even think you could say Spurs is a better team than Newcastle or Chelsea. But Spurs finished 4th. And to me, I thought Spurs, I was really annoyed because I watched the Champions League draw. I was really annoyed when I saw Spurs' draw, because I was like, look at these frauds. Fleece them way into Champions League and got enough easy games. I was so upset. Anyways.
Question. Before going further, you remember what pot they were in based on winning Europa League?
I cannot remember, but
they were in pot 1, 2?
I think so.
I think
so. Yeah, I think so.
So that might be a reason too.
Yeah, because they had enough easy games. I'm sorry. So that kind of prompted you, and then obviously you have again not picking on Arsenal. I'm just trying to have a genuine conversation. You have Arsenal that went unbeaten throughout.
You're talking to me. Even if you're picking on Arsenal, right, you don't need to defend it.
Fair.
You need to qualify it. Go
Fair.
ahead.
You had Arsenal, and granted, Arsenal did have a really good result against Bayern Munich. They finished top of the thing. But you look at it, and Arsenal are top of our Premier League table.
Right.
But the football is dreadful.
Yes.
I think they're ranked.
More and more of that argument.
They're ranked, 17th for open play goals in league? That is mad.
I had no.
That is mad. I didn't confirm it before we finished, but to me that is mad. So then you look at that, you look at Spurs. You wouldn't necessarily associate Spurs, especially with one of the best teams in Europe. So then I don't know if that's what prompted the question to be asked to Anthony Gordon at the press conference.
Right.
But I think he made a good point, and I've heard some Spurs fans also making the point about why they're better in the Champions League is that they have a lot more space than the Premier League affords them. And Anthony Gordon actually said something very similar. So he talked about how, scroll down, get the actual quotes. He said, I think in the Champions League, teams are much more open. They all try to play. It's less transitional. I think in the Premier League, it's become more physical than I've ever known it to be. It's like a basketball game sometimes. It's so relentless physically. There's not much control. It's just a running game. Sometimes it's about duels. Who wins the duels wins the games or moments. The Champions League is a bit more of an older style of game. It's a bit more football-based. Teams come and try to play proper football. I think in the Premier League, you're seeing a lot more long throw-ins and set pieces. It's become a lot slower and a lot more set piece based, I would say. So, what are your thoughts?
So I wasn't aware that Gordon made comments until you sent the agenda. So
okay.
I mean, listen to the comments or read it or what's not. He got a point, but I can't really put my finger as away. And when I say I can't put my finger as away, I'm not sure where the Premier League has seemed to deviate into this set piece, because it has been a lot more set piece based, a lot more.
The long throws hurting my eyes.
Long throws, a lot more direct play. A lot of set piece football. And I feel as though I was the first boy that said that Arsenal kind of, we thought Saka wasn't really cooking offensively from last season.
Yes, you have been buying that drum for a while.
Yeah. So, but I'm still a little bit. It's almost like, but again, when you say A, go say B. You hear a lot of narrative about, for example, the bottom clubs that were coming up into the Premier League, for instance, not trying to play too much football. Or the small clubs in order to compete. So not that they have changed and adapted their style to be a bit more pragmatic. It's a say B.
But that's the argument I was gonna say. That sort of football, I don't want to sound like if I demean that sort of football, but that sort of football, like you said, the bottom teams would use it as a way of staying competitive in games. I mean, we saw Leeds when they came out under, it was Bielsa when they came out under him.
They came out a couple times, but
yeah, but I mean the last time they got relegated, who was their manager?
He was the coach at the start, but then I think they ended up with different people.
So they used to play this really open, expansive football, and they used to get thrashed in a lot of games, concede a lot of goals. Companies, Burnley as well got accused of that.
You had Norwich down for
Norwich, perfect example. So I get that, but then when you see teams like Arsenal, I could guarantee you, right, that once you got a throwing anywhere near the penalty box and you see Declan Rice stacking it, you know we're coming. So that's my thing. Why do the so-called bigger teams? I've seen Man United starting to do it as well. I don't see us doing it. I don't see you doing it. I think Spurs, when that guy Danso plays, they do it. I don't see City doing it. Why are the bigger sides like Arsenal incorporating it into their game so much?
Well, I think Arsenal have become what's the word? I think Arsenal have seen set pieces as part of the game, and they see it as a valuable way to score. The long throw this would be more to do with late in games if you need an equalizer. You would normally go for that sort of like tactic, but no, you say every set play essentially could be a weapon. Like I say, I can't really explain it. I just know that football moves in cycles. I believe eventually it will move away from it. To go back to Gardner's comments about Champions League teams being a bit more open, I think that has a lot to do with the fact that for the most part, you will be facing teams who finish the upper echelons of their own league in Champions League. So those teams have a different mindset and a different approach to football. I do think that on occasion, you do get low blocks in Champions League too.
Yeah.
But more so in the knockout stage when people trying to, maintain a lead or hold on to get through in a round, give them more find it then. But I do agree with Gordon that Champions League is a bit more open, a bit more, teams trying to break each other down. I don't necessarily trying to just prevent the opponent from scoring.
Yeah. Do you think that Champions League has become a little bit more technical than the Prem?
I thought it always was. I thought it always was, to be fair.
But I mean, all right, let me rephrase that. Do you think the gap in terms of the technical level of both leagues has widened?
That's a good question.
I think so.
To a certain degree. I don't know. I find like if you go back 5, 6, 7 odd years, maybe 8, I think they have more like Hazards, more technicians in the league, more David Silvas. He's got worse now, but
quality,
correct. But Uzla and them was more in the league, so I think I think it changed a bit.
Yeah.
And I think because when you look at the managers in the league, where Pep is still there, and his philosophy hasn't really changed. Really, he still tries to play football. Slot seems to be more of a possession-based manager, but still tries to play football as well. Klopp is gone, so the kind of high press gone from Klopp again. But Klopp still tried to play football too. He wasn't really necessarily about direct play. But then you have Arteta. I think Arteta is almost like a throwback to. I don't want to use it as an example because he wasn't this bad, but he was in a sense. Very, very pragmatic in terms of like.
But he wasn't always
very fundamental at trying to what's the word? Clean sheets were very important to Jose, and a lot of his initial teams. That's what I mean. So although it's a different approach, I don't recall. Although Chelsea was strong at set pieces with Robben and them and Terry and them as well. To me, it wasn't their only or their like go-to to win games or to beat people. They could outplay you as well at times. But the mindset of we do not concede, for example, I think Arteta is really the embodiment of that.
Yeah, but that's kind of what frustrated me about today's game. I know you say it was sour, but it's more. I didn't expect us to go through, to be honest. But I was disappointed because, again, it's like, for this whole season, I've been watching Arsenal, and I'm like, but them ain't that great. And it just felt like a little bit more patience, a little bit more quality. And they were there today for the taking, in my personal opinion. To me, their attack is so dead. Their attack is so dead, especially without Saka. Gyökeres ain't doing nothing. Madueke is still the same old Madueke from Chelsea. It's like, so it frustrates me that we weren't able to take advantage, and it also frustrates me that other teams have not been able to capitalize on it. Yes, you're right. Arsenal are very, very good defensively. Yes, Arteta has drilled this we will not concede at any cost mindset into them, which is really helping them to get closer and closer to that league title. But, good gosh, I just wish somebody would just expose it. Because they're not that impressive.
But the thing is, right, you can't say that the boy hasn't exposed it because in recent weeks they've lost a couple of games.
One game.
Okay.
Which was United.
Sorry, recent months.
Before that, when was the last time they lost?
I think Villa. In league, Villa.
Yeah.
And that was December, right?
I feel like forever ago.
But they drop points because they draw.
Yeah, they are drawing a lot of games.
So like, but the problem in league is that again, winning the league tells us about consistency.
True.
I know, but right now the other challengers aren't consistent enough to really apply the star pressure. So even though they're eking out results and they're not playing the best, tantalizing football or scintillating football.
They're consistent with it.
They're consistent in getting results, and that's the most important thing. And that's a good point. You kind of threw at them before, in that you always felt as though they had too many draws and not enough wins.
Yeah.
So when you say A goes to B,
it's true. I mean,
you want to beat in front of you to a certain degree.
Agree 100%. And I think for me, if they do win the league, I'm still holding out hope. It's still a 2 games win. I don't know why I'm still holding out hope, but hey, if they do win the league, I will definitely join in the banter of worst champions ever. But let me be real. What you just said is a fantastic point. It's about consistency. You either play fantastic football consistently, or you're defending fantastically consistently. So it's about consistency, and you got to give them that for sure.
I think normally champions are the team that's the best in all facets of the game. Whether it be scoring, defending, transition, winning the ball back. And if you look at Arsenal, one of the things that Arsenal really got to which is part defensively, is that when Arsenal lose the ball, they're very good at
yeah.
numbers behind the ball
It's
and
true.
stopping from playing through them. So
100%.
they're not the easiest team to counter,
Yeah.
essentially. Another credit I would give Arteta. I wouldn't feel really if giving him credit, but again, you know what his squad reminds me of to a certain degree in terms of City squad or City of yesteryear rather, is the depth of his squad in terms of the goal replacement for every position.
Yeah.
To me, I still don't feel that though is the top quality like compared to City, but
it's still,
definitely solid enough that there's not a big differentiation, or big drop off in terms of if you have to bring in somebody else to somebody.
True. Very, very true. Very true.
So, but
Yeah.
like I said on the last show, it's Arsenal's title to lose.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the
Sad.
whole idea of Champions League football being better is just down to the mindset of teams. You have Liverpool, you have the Atletico. Well, Atletico Madrid is a little bit more pragmatic, but they have good players. But for the most part, Barcelona's, Real Madrid's, those are teams that are not their DNA, their fabric is not
not to sit
come
back
and
in a
sit,
low block. Yeah,
correct.
it's true.
I put men behind the ball.
And take long throws. It's true. They can go. They can go gun ho.
Before we get off of this, again, how far do you think Arsenal goes to Champions League?
Semi-finals or finals. I don't think they win it though, but I would say semis or final.
Goodness gracious, I hope not final.
Depending on who they get in the semi-finals, I think I will back them to go to the final. The only team I probably wouldn't back them over 2 legs against is probably Bayern. I know they beat Bayern, but I don't fancy them to beat Bayern over 2 legs. I don't fancy them to beat Barca over 2 legs.
Right.
Real Madrid in the current state, maybe. So I would say Bayern, Barca, and I don't want to say. You know what? I thought you were in there too.
I wouldn't throw myself in there. I'll tell you wait when you finish.
I don't fancy Arsenal to beat y'all over 2 legs.
Ordinarily, I wouldn't either. But even if I agree with you, I don't think I win the Champions League this season because I'm very, very.
Oh, I ain't saying win the game, win it.
Man, if I be Arsenal, I gotta be considered winning it. Because I don't think I don't think I play Arsenal before a final or semi-final, based on a draw. So if I play them, it would have to be semi or so. Then you've got to be looking at me to win it. I don't know if I make it that far. And the reason because I think my squad is very, very late. Has been ravaged with injuries. So that's the only contention I have. I think I did have a deeper squad than me right now, and I feel as though for that reason they might get the better of me over 2 games. I think they beat Bayern
Over 2 legs?
because they just don't rate company as a coach. I've been saying that from even Bayern were doing really good at the start of the season. I don't think
Yeah, but they
company
have
is a-
some top quality players though.
Yeah, and that's all group fine and dandy. But I just feel as though something about company to me is like, I'm not saying he will never become that, but right now in this current state, I just feel as though he's missing an ingredient. Just from my eye test.
Yeah. So how far do you think they're going to go?
Arsenal? I think semi. I don't think final. I think semi or quarters, but I think semi. I think for some reason I would have to look back at the sort of
I don't know the
table.
permutations.
Correct. But when I had looked at it looked like okay, and then could end up with a nice little run.
Yeah.
At least the semi stage.
Okay. We gotta sit down and look at them permutations and see what he's shaping up with.
I know who I might go play. I think
Who?
I will go play. I think I have to play either the winner of Galatasaray or Juventus or Club Brugge Atletico Madrid.
Actually, I think we may get Newcastle or PSG.
Yeah, it was something like that.
I think so, yeah. Gosh, what do I prefer? Gosh, what do I prefer out of that?
I prefer not to go to Turkey. Aye.
Fair, but you say Galatasaray or who for you?
Is Galatasaray or Juventus or Club Brugge Atletico Madrid? Based on a draw.
Easy for you. But who do I prefer out of Newcastle PSG?
Not easy.
I hate going St. James Park.
You beat Newcastle for 2 games though.
Yeah, I don't know about
So
that.
if it was me, I would rather you. If it was you, I would rather play Newcastle than PSG.
I don't know.
I don't see you
like,
beating PSG over 2 games.
I feel like I don't know. I think I can know when the draw happened. When the draw happened, and then it happened, I can be like, oh gosh, I wish it was S. So then I would know, but that's a tough one though. Like I said, I hate going to St. James Park. But anyways, I go to this leaderboard. I'm ready to throw into our leaderboard. Honestly, I am ready to be done.
Okay.
I don't know what's happening. There were a couple times I was on track. Yeah. So I had to warn City. Then, of course, City had to go and screw that up. There were a few, though. There were a few, and I'm just like, oh my gosh.
But it was on track for some too. I think, what game it was? Right, I had to do Man U and Arsenal. And then Man U had scored late. I made you too.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Yeah, I was like, and then I also had to do Man U Fulham. And then Fulham got late. So I was close for a bigger lead too. I was like, ooh.
Yeah, I hear foolishness.
Yeah.
But this week, you and Born tied on 9. Yeah.
I will let him know. I thought when he watches, he would know.
Because he was the only one that predicted United to win
Against
Arsenal, yeah. Yeah. And I got 6 points or something like that. So yeah, I think your gap is now 15 points. Sucky. I hate foolishness. Anyway, it's still another 13 match days to
I know
go.
when you say I hate foolishness, like if it's some other conspiracy that causes
I hate foolishness.
besides your predictions.
I hate foolishness. I hate the foolishness that I'm doing. That's what I hate. All right. Some very interesting fixtures this week. Lord have mercy. I can be rooting for teams that I hate this week. Anyways, let's start off with early Saturday morning kickoff. Spurs away at United. In fact, you call them when they document the predictions as per usual.
Okay, so Man United at home to Spurs. I feel like me, right? Being me, right? Because I don't trust Spurs. I think it could be like a goat number pick Man U to me. And then Spurs, they come and get a result.
Andrew, every time you back Spurs, they always do nonsense. So,
But I'm gonna go for a
although they are
3-2 Man U. Reason being, I think that Man U have goals in them, as we saw recently. We have been seeing recently. I think honestly, right, I just think that this game is again going to come down to which defense plays better, and I think that Spurs defense can be a bit more calamitous than Man United.
Especially Romero went off injured against City. Van der Ven was, oh gosh, it could be peak.
Yeah. So that's basically the reason why. And I think that by the time Spurs get going, I give them 2 goals. But I think by the time Spurs get going, it'll be a bit too much of a mountain to climb.
Well, I need somebody to stop this momentum that Man United are gathering. I can't see Spurs going there and win. I would say in the second half against City, Xavi Simons probably played the best I've seen him in a Spurs shirt. Dominic Solanke seems to be back in goal scoring form. I would say 2-2 and just pray to God they could just hold on because I need the momentum to be stopped. So I gave it 2-2. Watch Man United come and win 3-2, and that's another 3 points.
Next game, it's Arsenal hosting Sunderland.
3-0 Arsenal.
Okay. I'm gonna go Arsenal to win this one 2-1. Again, I don't think Arsenal are playing great, but I do believe that at home they're very, very strong, especially against newly promoted sides. So I think that they will pick up another 3 points and move even closer, inch closer to their long, elusive Premier League title that they want so badly. Next game also at the 11 o'clock kickoff is Wolves hosting Chelsea. If there's ever been a banker, right?
That we think Wolves have been decent the last few weeks.
Oh, please. Oh,
honestly,
please.
I would say, I know we need to... It's just like how football has been falling in terms of the show. There hasn't been a right moment to have a Chelsea segment, but we should do one at some point.
I would pick Christopher. Just tell me, man.
I would say, under Liam Rosenior, I'm not getting carried away because I know that I want to see how things go when we get into a tough patch. But so far, I like how he speaks. I like the in-game management. I think sometimes some of the decisions are still a bit but he's a young manager. I could tell he's trying to learn the squad as he goes because since he's coming, we've had like enough games a week. So I know he hasn't really had the time to really embed his ideas, but the players seem to like him. Players seem to take into him. So I'm not getting carried away, as I said, but it's been an okay start so far. I think that I would go for this game. Wolves is 20th in the league.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot go anything other than Chelsea win. I would go, and they just lost Strand Larson. So who they going to put up for?
Did they go on?
Yeah.
Oh.
They still went through with it, even though Mateta stayed.
Okay, right. I thought I might have scuppered it. Okay.
Yeah. I'll go 3-1 Chelsea.
I will go 3-0 Chelsea. All the reasons that you mentioned, I think that you guys are. I think Wolves have already accepted. Basically, the fact that even taking money for Strand Larson tells us that
That they didn't take that game down.
they expect to go down, which is crazy because in the summer they could have made even double that, based on what I think Newcastle at the time wanted to bid for him. So
Everybody just wants to score over Newcastle in summer.
so I think that you guys would be too strong for Wolves. I take a bit of credit to your point in terms of I think I began the stage now where Wolves have nothing to lose, so maybe they would just play a bit more freely.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't expect them to take anything from this game. All right, Sunday, we have one big outstanding fixture staring us straight in the face, staring blue in the face. Liverpool hosting title chasing Manchester City.
I went first.
Okay. Well, I was encouraged by the performance against Newcastle at the weekend. I think that was our best.
Encouraged? You mean that whole blaming?
I think that was our best performance in league so far. And that's saying a lot. I was really encouraged. Actually, honestly, right, I'm not sure why. Like this season at Anfield in league, especially, the atmosphere has been kind of muted. But on Saturday, it felt like Anfield for some reason. Like, the crowd actually got up, and it was a connection between.
Newcastle, so
maybe it's that, but the crowd actually got up, and there was a connection again with the fans.
but when they hit City too, so
I don't know if we hit City,
you do.
but I think it was the first time in a long time that I can remember Anfield bouncing. I feeling that commentary television, feeling that vibrancy, and I'm hoping that that's a sign of things to come. Maybe that team has turned the corner. And I think to get a positive result against City this weekend, they would need a similar engagement from the fans as well. So that being said, I think Kanate is getting back to somewhere like close to best. Bandit seems to be coming again. Kirkez still has an inconsistent moment in him, but I think for the long term he'll be good. I feel it, and I think Ekitike and Wirtz are starting to form a real nice partnership. I think Saladim replaced with them will get a bit more understanding about how his game, where his role is. But ultimately, that being said, I think Liverpool actually will win this game, and I'm going to pick Liverpool to win this game 3-2. And
he's not done.
help put Arsenal. Yes, I'm not done. Help put Arsenal. If Arsenal got pinky on the cup, they got about 3 fingers on it. So Marissa, when you lead that.
You mean all
Maybe
5?
4.
If City loses this game, it done, in my opinion. That's three game swing. Nah. I know Arsenal still got to go to Etihad, but nah. Can't.
So
9 points.
Arsenal still have to go to Etihad. Arsenal still got.
That's it. They've been to Stamford Bridge. They've been to
But they still got to play you, right?
Anfield.
In the league?
Yeah, they still got to pay me
Okay,
in a couple of weeks. Oh yeah, they still got to go. What am I saying?
They still got North London.
I was just gonna say they still got the Spurs, but what am I saying?
Still got North London.
What am I saying? Stop, Marissa. Stop.
They still got to play Newcastle again, I think.
Yeah, but that's at home. So 9 points on it done, in my opinion.
Football you played. Anyway, go ahead.
No. Despite what you think, I don't actively root for your downfall, but I am actively rooting for your downfall.
Yeah, but you want City staying to the race.
And I need you to give me some breathing room in this top 4 race that we found ourselves in. So because I am so far behind the leaderboard, I genuinely just don't care anymore. I am just gonna go with what I want to happen when I, have a dog in the race. So, I'm gonna tell you what I think is gonna happen. No, I can tell you what I want to happen, which would be my prediction, but I'll tell you what I think it happen. I want this game to be 2-2. Actually, what am I saying? I want City to win this game 2-1, and that'll be my prediction because I am willing it into existence. Do I think City will win 2-1? Not a chance in hell. City record at Anfield is so bad. I thought that in the second half, City were so poor against Spurs, like so poor. I think I saw this crazy stat that they have conceded what it was? Some mad stat about the goals that they conceded in the second half. Like, it's crazy compared to the first half. So they're definitely experiencing a bit of a drop-off. Rodri's comments about the referees, whether true or not, it feels like they're starting to whine a bit, feel sorry for themselves a bit. City and this is what I was telling you a few weeks ago when Arsenal lost. It's like, yeah, Arsenal keeping the door open, but City doesn't feel like the team that can walk through it.
Yeah.
They really don't. So I want City to win 2-1 for my sake. Arsenal title hope still, and my top 4 chances.
Right.
But genuinely, I just don't think it'll happen. But I still going with 2-1 City.
City seemed to sleep in the second half against Spurs, and because to me, right, I don't think Spurs did anything of huge significance in the second half besides play with a bit more intensity, win a bit more duels, and go a bit more direct. And I got after City, and City were unsettled. They didn't have the same control, and but the problem was, this is honestly the problem, right? The first half was so simple for City, and just a cakewalk.
Almost like they was shot.
I feel as though they were shot, and I feel it was almost like they kind of got lulled into a false sense of comfort, and it was like they couldn't get themselves over it.
Yeah.
They rose themselves and really go again.
Did you think the first goal should have stood?
That's Spurs scored. Ooh, that was subjective because he gets the ball, but he comes through the man to get the ball. I feel as though
and that is a fault any other way on the pitch.
So maybe it shouldn't have.
So I was a bit surprised.
I was actually surprised that Borden asked the referee to at least look at it again.
Because didn't it go down as a Margate on goal?
I'm not sure.
I feel like if it did, that is clear heavy like.
But it was who scored the goal? It was
Solanke. Let me check and see if it was an own goal or not though.
Solanke scored a second goal, but the right thing was it was Solanke that scored.
It was he that kicked
involved in the action.
He kicked you, man.
He kicked truly back.
They gave Solanke goals, so I guess there's okay.
But normally, right? Because normally that is enough that would get you a foul. Because what he did was that he cleverly put his foot there.
Yeah.
And put himself between.
And he literally kicked the man shin.
Yeah, come to get the ball.
Yeah, so foul for me.
I was surprised.
I was surprised for sure.
So yeah, I agree. I'm also equally surprised.
Second goal was fantastic though.
But you know, I'll let him explain if he comes on the show. Maybe have the Chelsea segment.
No.
Because me and Chris spoke after the game. And he felt as though the goal should have stood. But he has a vendetta against Margate for some reason. He doesn't think Margate is a top player. So his goal.
That probably stemmed from his move from Chelsea to Crystal Palace.
Maybe, but something about this guy. He has a top player, right? He has created an objective in his mind that he's gonna denounce Margate as a top player.
Right.
So I was actually telling him, right? I'm so happy that he come to Liverpool. Because for the next 5 or 6 seasons, if he's at Liverpool, I had to listen to every game of Margate he got. I know he ain't good.
To me, he's good, but he's not world class. And I find a lot of people. I like him too, but I think a lot of people are getting a bit carried away. Like 300K.
But you know what? That proves to me that move to City to me was just about financial
100%.
compensation. Yeah, for sure.
100%.
Because if you really want to come to Liverpool, but again, may say A, God say B. To be fair to him, right? About Liverpool too, because Liverpool really wanted him. I think we would have. Because we've shown that when we really want a player, we actually push the boat up.
It's true.
And
that should have been the first deal y'all got through the door, to be honest. Well, after Frimpong, because Frimpong was done before the season ended, right? Yeah. All right, the next week, no.
Yes, sir. We'll go fast forward. So that's next Saturday. Oh, Valentine's Day. No, the FA Cup. Next weekend is FA Cup. Yeah.
They got midweek fixtures. I swear I see something about Tuesday. Yeah,
you're right. You're sorry.
February
I didn't realize. Ooh, okay. All right, so my bad. So right, February 10th, you're correct. We have Chelsea hosting Leeds.
I think you missed one. Oh no, they're the same day.
Yes, yeah.
Gosh. Leeds is a decent site. These disappoint me on. Anyways, I ain't forgetting that.
But I can't pay.
You feel like them is wholesale for everybody. Are you trying to tell me they can't wholesale for Arsenal? Honestly, make it make sense. That goalkeeper won't shoot it for how he can see that second goal. When that went in,
you can't, don't be so
sorry.
Be so volatile. Apologize, man. We don't advocate violence.
He should be fined for letting that second goal go through. I turned off. By the time I went in, I turned off. I was like, nope, I ain't watching this nonsense. But yeah. But I got sent for Chelsea. Anyways, I will go with 3-1 Chelsea win again.
Okay. I try to be analytical here. Chelsea leads, big game.
You really just say big game with a straight face?
Yeah. Historically, it's a big game.
Yeah, true.
You get where I'm coming from, right?
Yeah.
So I for that I think the atmosphere will be rocking. For some reason, I feel as though I don't know, I ain't really convinced. You know, I'm saying I know about Chelsea, I ain't really convinced that we don't necessarily always handle the big atmospheres when the crowd starts well. If that
We
makes
don't.
sense.
Yeah, see Robert Sanchez had to calm down outside of.
Oh yeah.
I mean, granted, they were boo too, but come on.
So for that reason, though, I feel as though because Leeds and Chelsea, there's a little bit of emotion, a little bit of nibble in this fixture. I feel I'll go for 2-2 draw.
Bad-minded, bro.
I actually am being very objective here. All right, so next game on the Tuesday is also Spurs hosting Newcastle. Have you seen Newcastle?
You go ahead first.
I actually gonna pick Newcastle to win this game. I think I'm gonna go for a 2-0 Newcastle win.
You have a game, man a goal?
Nope.
Child boy. I going to 1 Newcastle.
I think Newcastle just playing better football right now.
True.
And the late game on Tuesday, a little bit later rather, at 4:15 we have West Ham hosting United. This is a game, right, that I really need West Ham to get. For them, I won't say it because they need to avoid relegation.
Honestly, they're still in the bottom 3.
Exactly. Next time I go back to England,
Which is part of my fault.
Next time I go back to England, I do not want to visit London Stadium in the Championship. I would let them to maintain their Premier League status if I was to visit again. But go ahead, Marissa.
I can go to 1 West Ham. I mean, late kickoff, cold Tuesday night, bubbles blowing.
And at some point, my bubble will burst.
Some point. So I go to 1 West Ham. They need 3 points. Who they're playing the weekend that we predicted?
Who? West Ham?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. We didn't predict again for them.
I know, but I just want to know them play. Oh, them away at Burnley. Ooh, that's a big game, boy.
This weekend coming. And then they have mine maybe.
That's a big game.
Them give me a prediction for this game.
I'll still go with them to beat United.
I don't know, boy. I want to go with them to beat United too, but I ain't know if it's gonna happen. I'm gonna go for a 2-2 draw.
Okay,
maybe they get a point.
That's fair, to be honest. 2-2, Andrew.
All right. On Wednesday we have City hosting Fulham.
City v Fulham. What in part for City, to be honest. 3-0 City.
I'm gonna go for a 2-1 City win. I don't think anything for City right now is straightforward.
City, and you said 2-1? Fair enough, because they may play convincing football.
Ooh, dear me. Well,
Where we oohing? Arsenal versus who?
No. Liverpool travel to the Stadium of Light to play Sunderland. Ooh, I've not lost a game at the Stadium of Light all season. That's why I said, ooh, there.
2-2.
2-2? Okay. Yeah, my away from this season has been trash. But this one I'm not going to play logic. I'm going to play
Heart.
my emotion. Yeah, correct.
shoot.
And
Sorry, Mike. Sorry, Mike.
and I'm going to pick Liverpool to win this game 2-1 against my better judgment. Somehow, Hugo Ekitike will find a way.
What a signing that is,
Yes.
though.
Hugo Ekitike. Listen, you should hear me. I just probably met Sean annoyed with that, just saying that all three hosts.
But that's the thing, right? Like, this guy that y'all saying that we were both looking at, Jeremy Jackie, I have never seen him play.
Right.
So I can't be upset because, I know the type of player he is. But because of Hugo Ekitike and how we wanted him and how y'all got him and seeing what he is now, that's what makes me nervous that Jeremy Jacquet could be next Van Dijk. Because, like, he's something else, though. I'm interested to see how y'all fit him and Isak together.
Yeah, me too.
I'm very interested. Because arguably, when they should have left Isak where he was.
You couldn't have.
I mean, honestly, I just say so in hindsight.
Yeah.
Because,
you couldn't have.
yeah,
I
but...
think, you know what's interesting? Like, again, I keep on saying, if the tragedy didn't happen in the summer, and because obviously the idea was that, like Bourne said when he was here, I do think selling Nunez, you lost a little something to do with the pressing and just creating chaos and setting defenses. But at the same time, the narrative, the belief was that Nunez was never gonna really blossom into the efficient striker in terms of finisher that he needed. Nunez missed too many chances, right? So being by the tragedy, and selling Nunez, you couldn't get him just like Kitty as number 9.
It's true. Fair enough.
So I think you need another striker. So but we'll see. The last game in this maybe block is Arsenal traveling to the GTEC Stadium to play Brentford. I'll go first this time. I think Brentford are normally strong at home. They had an impressive win at the weekend. Who did they beat? Brentford beat somebody at the weekend. Villa, right? And I saw second half of that game. I don't think Arsenal like going to Brentford. I think this will be a tricky fixture, and I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw. I think Brentford gets something in this game.
I go on 2-2.
Okay.
I don't know why. I know where Arsenal get 2 goals from. But honestly, to be honest, I agree with you. I think Brentford have been very good this season, both home and away. Honestly, if we had to give out our end of the season awards, they'd be my biggest surprise, to be honest. Losing the manager, losing key players, like, honestly, they've been fantastic. And, yeah, I think, to be honest, even if Arsenal win the league, I think they're kind of going to limp there. And I think that they're going to continue because, like I said, the football is not impressive, and I think it caught up to them against Man U. And I think they will have a few results where it catches up to them. So, yeah, I go in 2-2. All right, so we'll take a quick break for a word from our sponsors. Whole Health Pharmacy, located in Jordan's Complex, Speightstown, St. Peter, carries a variety of products to take care of you and your health. Essential oils, muscle rubs, and the run-of-the-mill medications. And definitely don't forget your vitamins. Vinci Sea Salt, air humidifiers, tumblers, and women's havens pads too. We got it all for you. Don't forget your Barbados and natural Vinci snacks. So for sure you're gonna keep coming back. Ever hear about structured water? Well, tell your son, tell your daughter. Whole Health Pharmacy. More than a pharmacy, we take care of you and your health. And we're back. So we're just going to do a quick one because cricket is annoying me at the moment. Maybe I get more excited when it actually starts, but there are a few things surrounding the tournament that kind of annoy me, and what I'm referring to is the World Cup. I don't like how Bangladesh have been treated. I think it's unfair. I think that, because you heard Pakistan boycotting the India game,
I heard,
that they might, yeah.
and I heard somebody replaced Bangladesh, right?
Scotland.
Right.
So they're now our first game on Saturday.
Right.
So I think the World Cup got a bit of a stain on it for me.
Bangladesh had like concern over safety or something like that.
Yeah,
Of
but it
playing
all
India.
started. Them and India got issues at the moment. So it all started with their player. One of their fast bowlers got picked for IPL team, and they were told the IPL team was told to release him. So that kind of started it. I think because they have issues. I don't know what was the issue. I don't really follow the politics that deep, but yeah. So it's a bit. It kind of dampening my excitement for the tournament to be honest, because I've said it all the time. I think the BCCI is too powerful, and I think cricket favors India too much. Like literally last World Cup, they were able to
Play all the
play
games in Dubai.
clear advantage. When Pakistan, when was the last tournament Pakistan host where they didn't travel or something to Pakistan and they play all their to me
That was the last.
the last 50 over World Cup or something.
T20, I believe. Was it T20?
Last T20 World Cup was here.
Oh yeah, so 50 over now.
So something.
It was something the World Champions Trophy. Something.
Champions Trophy.
Right,
It was
right,
the Champions Trophy because Pakistan was the host.
Right.
They play all their games at home,
Yeah.
or some nonsense like that. UAE or something.
UAE, yeah.
And I'm
yeah.
just
UAE,
like-
you're correct. Yes.
I'm just like, come on, man, come on. They're too powerful. But anyways, that aside, the other thing that killed my spirit was West Indies squad.
Okay.
Big 2026 and Johnson Charles still walking about in West Indies colours. Make it make sense. But another T20 World Cup is here upon us. It feels like just yesterday we was at the one.
Yeah. I was like, yo, that was 2024.
Mad.
That's crazy
Mad.
for true.
Baking the hot sun for USA versus England. In the temporary stands for USA versus West Indies.
Any rain safe, England for getting beat by Scotland.
Great final though. That was a good final.
Yeah, it was a good final,
It was
yeah.
good to be there. So yeah, tournament starts Saturday. Our first game is also Saturday, I think at 5:30.
It is. I'll be up
So-
to watch it.
I would like to tell you that I won't be, but
I watch it, man.
you know I can't help it.
I feel that. I actually was like, oh, 5:30, okay, I haven't watched it.
What? How do you rate West Indies' chances? Let me look at our group. Because to be honest, the group is technically weaker now without Bangladesh, but Scotland have beaten us before, so nothing to fear. Nothing to take lightly.
So this is England, Italy, Nepal.
England in weak group too?
England, Italy,
Gosh.
who are in their first T20 tournament. Nepal, Scotland, and us.
Gosh, if we don't get that group right.
Right, that was it. To me, is a definitely a group that you should
But
advance from.
Nepal beat me recently. Scotland beat
Yes.
me before.
But
Italy beat somebody this week and then
I
warm-up
saw
game.
our squad.
Oh my gosh.
I think the squad was kind of like. It seemed to be, correct me if I'm wrong. It seemed to be an emphasis on big hitters in the squad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw like a lot of like sort of like batting all rounder kind of like big hitters type of thing.
Which I understand to an extent because the T20 game in India, producing some mad scores, to be honest. So I get it, but you still need I don't know.
I think we should get out the group phase though, based on the teams that are in it, our opponents. I would like to imagine that. Because I think the caveat against Nepal, for example, when we lost, was that we kind of carried an experienced team or an experimental team.
I don't care. It was a caveat.
Even though yeah, we kind of discussed that, that's not an excuse, but that was the get out card that the WICB would have played. So based on our opponents, I think we should get out, but I don't see us going past Super 8s. I don't think we're that good to say. But I will happily be corrected.
You're
What do you
a
think?
funny boy.
What do you think?
I don't have much hope for West Indies in this T20 World Cup. I think they are a lot better rounded sides, and that's my issue. West Indies side is not rounded enough. Like you say, there's too much of an emphasis on hitting, and my gosh, our bowling is filth.
Yeah, I thought
Filth.
exactly. It was like so we thinking that we can score enough runs to back people out of games.
We need to score 250, 300 to back people out of games. South Africa literally chased 220 runs in 15 overs. That's poor. So I agree with you. I think anything past the group stage is a bonus.
Yeah, but I think we get a group. I just think Super 8 is our ceiling.
Yeah, anything past the group stage is a bonus.
So
Let
West
me
Indies
see all
fans
these
don't get
things
too
to-
caught up in it. Don't get too passionate. Let them cast on,
Yeah, I just hoping for a winner other than India, to be honest. And again, this is probably the first T20 World Cup where I'm going in with the lowest expectation of West Indies I've ever had in the T20 World Cup, to be honest. I know Sammy trying to talk her and say, oh, something special is going to happen. I don't know about that. So we playing Scotland on Saturday. Then, oh gosh, got a lot of teams in this World Cup, yeah?
Yeah, 20.
So we playing Scotland on Saturday. Then we play, England on, what date this is? Weird dates. Anyways, England would be our second game. Oh, England would be the Wednesday, next week Wednesday. Election day.
Okay, well, good. I can watch that too.
9:32.
Good thing.
Then the next game we play is Italy. That would be the Thursday of the next week.
Midterm break. Oh, alert. Look.
I skip a game because I didn't see the Nepal game.
Okay.
I didn't know when we play Nepal. So yeah, I agree with you. Like I said, I think we should get out the group, but honestly, anything past the group is a bonus.
This is what I tell them, right? Just don't lose to Italy in the first ever T20 World Cup. Just don't be that team.
Always on your own side of history, the West Indies.
Just don't lose to Italy.
I'd like to put some licks in England too, but I can't see that happen.
But yeah, I don't know. When I saw the squad, I wasn't really impressed. Like you said, they saw like a lot, and it almost felt like we were going back to what we used to do before.
Yeah. Anyways, so we usually do this. Who are your top four? Your semi-finalists, I should say.
India. Usual suspects: India, Australia, I'll choose South Africa in there, and England.
I'm gonna go India for sure. Unfortunately, I can go South Africa for sure. I'm actually gonna throw New Zealand in there. That fourth team though, not West Indies. Australia, Cummins out. That's a big blow. Start has retired.
Yes. Yeah, right.
Yeah. So I'm not sure I can put them up there. I am going to unfortunately say England. So India, South Africa, New Zealand, England, I think are my top four.
Yeah.
Winner?
If I had to pick a winner right now, before a ball was bowled and a shot was played, I would say India.
Come on, South Africa. Let me go. When they do it last final, but when they're doing it this time. But yeah, in India are the clear favorites. I was watching that their last series was against New Zealand. Like the batting is, I don't know, boy, clear favorites for me. So we'll see. I think the next time we record, it would have been in full swing. We would have played, I think, at least 2 games, so we should know how we feel about the team. And we'll see.
Sound good?
Sound good.
Well, thank you for joining us for another Dugout Podcast episode. It's been a great discussion. Marissa has been in better spirits than I thought she would have. Because really, truly, before the show started, she was really down about Chelsea's
I was
defeat.
not really down.
She was very snappy. She was like, I don't like to talk about games. This is what she started by saying. I ain't Christopher here. I don't like to talk about games before. I don't like to talk about games after we doing. And I was like, she got some temerity. She got some gall. The audacity. Considering the season that I had as a Liverpool fan.
This is supposed to be a wrap-up.
Yes, and I'm wrapping up. Considering the season that I had as a Liverpool fan, right? The more times I can in this studio and I face up, despite some real horrible results. And she got one little defeat against Arsenal in the Carabao Cup. In fact, I feel as though Arsenal over-celebrate because of you. Because they tell themselves to celebrate very, very enthusiastically for a Carabao Cup semi-final. But anyhow, yeah. But anyway, I'm pleased that Marissa was still able to be a good sport today. I put those sentiments aside, but clearly I spoke too soon. Look at her face right now. She could drift back into the abyss, ladies and gentlemen. But thank you for joining us for a Dugout Podcast. This has been a wonderful show. I will see you in about 2 weeks' time. Right, Marissa? In a fortnight's time?
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Where
next time should be more depressed about West Indies' performance.
Not me. I am emotionally detached from West Indies. Honestly.
She lying.
Honestly.
Don't
Nothing they do can surprise me anymore.
It's not a surprise.
I think like when you're in a relationship, right? There's always that straw. I think 27 all out last year was against Australia Test match.
I forgot that happened.
You see, you block it out. That's also what you do in relationships. You block out all the bad
dear.
stuff.
Oh, whoa.
I feel like that was a turning point for me. Like, I would never not support West Indies. But in terms of all the hyperness, I mean, in 2 weeks you might see me kind of here ranting and raving.
You know, that was actually like.
That's why they started all kind of deflate me, man. Yeah.
But thank you for joining us,
Yeah.
and we'll see you next time.
See you next time.